Now, a huge day at Old Trafford today sees a soft deadline of all interested parties. Excuse me, to get the bids in to buy United off the Glazer family. The Americans are said to be looking for around £6 billion for the club. Will they get it? Among those expected to bid are investors linked to the Qatari royal family and billionaire Man United supporter who would be everyone's favourite, I believe, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, his Ineos group. Let's get an update now. Right across the story is talkSPORT's chief football correspondent, Alex Crook. Back at the Times this morning, United's new owners to be in by Easter. Alex, a very good morning. Who's it going to be?
Morning, Alex.
Yeah, good morning, Al. Good morning, Ray. This is a date that Manchester United supporters have had penciled in their diary for some time now. As you say, it's the day the Rain Group, who've been charged with selling the football club, have set the deadline for so-called soft bids to be made. So that is to say that if bids do come in after today, they will be considered. But I think we're going to have a much clearer indication come the 10 o'clock deadline UK time this evening as to the future ownership of Manchester United. You mentioned Sir Jim Ratcliffe. He was the first really to come out publicly and say that he wanted to buy the club. We're expecting a big money bid from Qatar to come in today as well. I say big money. I don't think it will meet the Glazer family's $6 billion valuation. I think it'll be less than that. So that's going to be interesting. But I think a lot of people who are showing an interest, a lot of people who are maybe considering a bid, do believe that the Qataris are favourites just because of the sheer volume of wealth in that country. I think what's important to stress is this is a private group of individuals. We know that the Emir of Qatar is actively encouraging people now to invest in football clubs following the success of the World Cup at the end of last year, but it is a separate company from that owns Paris Saint-Germain. That's crucial because under UEFA rules, you can't own two clubs who compete in the same competition. So I would make the Qataris favourites. And just to stress what will happen today, the Rain Group have told interested parties they have until 10 o'clock tonight to submit their financial offer and proof of funds. There's still a long way to go after today, but as you said right at the top of this section now, the Glazer family have always wanted to sell the club in the first quarter of the year. So I think it is realistic that Manchester United could be under new ownership before the end of the season.
Alex, another United, Leeds United, Harry Redknapp getting a mention. What's the latest on Leeds you can tell us about?
Well, we know that Michael Skubala, who Sam was talking about there in your Curse the Commentator segment, is in charge for the foreseeable future. I've seen all of Leeds' last three matches with Skubala at the helm. I think they've done well. I think they should have taken more than they did in the two games against Manchester United. The other game, was Forest, which was Jesse Marsch's last game. Should have got something from that as well. So I think they're quite relaxed about this situation. They've tried to get a permanent manager. They've been turned down by numerous targets. Do I see Harry Redknapp in the dugout at Ellen Road anytime soon? I'm not convinced by that. I reached out actually to Harry yesterday and said I'd heard a whisper that maybe you were willing to help Leeds. Can you shed any light on that? And he said, Alex, at the moment, I've got it all on my plate helping out Sandra. So that would be him distancing himself. Would he be interested? I'm sure he would, but I'm not sure that Leeds are going to go down that.
And he's stringing racehorses, of course. Alex, have a great weekend. Thank you, Alex Crook, talkSPORT's chief football correspondent.